Of this
in a free state, Charlotte.
Yeah, what do you think? We're not questioning the judge. I'm just saying the psychology, because just listen to what I think. Because when they were saying they were extraditing this lady, blah blah blah, they started by saying the Americans are deporting her because her visa has expired. Do you remember that story?
Yes. But there's always great care not to extradite someone and disguise it as
no, fine. No, yeah, there you come.
Something
like,
else, yeah.
If you say, but you see, the statement is not that South Africa was extraditing her because they discovered that her visa has expired. They wanted to extradite her for whatever, but I'm saying the Americans themselves were saying she must go because her visa is expired.
Yes, yeah. It's the same as with this renditions case where citizens of Zimbabwe are in their country legally and they are wanted for a crime in another country.
Yeah, you can't.
I think once someone is wanted for a crime in another country, you have to extradite.
The formalities.
Yes, you cannot use any other. Even if a person is in the country legally, you can't deport.
No, it's true.
Because that would be disguise.
Excuse me, my lord, the interpreter is not here.
Oh, he's not there.
No, he's not here.
No, I wasn't aware. Where? Commentary.
My apologies, my lord.
Okay, fine. What's your time? Maybe your time is correct. Your hours are wrong. What's your time?
Now 4 minutes past.
Okay, okay. Yes, Mr.
Please the court, my lord. Thank you, Brigadier. Thank you, Brigadier. You saying then, in your course of the preparation of this case and everything that you had to do with regard to the making of documents, at one point or the other, you did have a look at this entry. That entry of now Alberton occurrence book in exhibit KK, that entry of 317/326.
athe ngesikhathi athi senza umsebenzi wakho ke futhi wenza kamalungiselelo umsebenzi wakho ke usuthi wayibuka ke incwadi lena konayo lapha ke Albertine occurrence book.
Yes, I did, my lord.
Athi yebo kunjalo.
Is there anything of note that you can bring to the attention of this court about that entry?
Anything
Of note? But with anything juicy or anything like of note?
but ikhona ngabe khona yini into ke mhlambe ehoha umdlandla lapho ke malana nalama notes onawo la ngaphambi kwakho ngathanda utshele kusenkantolo?
The Alberton entry, my lord, no, unless then Advocate Minister direct me to what is thinking, my lord. No, I don't see anything, my lord.
Athi cha malana nodaba lapha eAlbertine lale entry yakhona ke akunalutho ngiyibona ngaphandle ukuthi ke ummeli khona lo kwangatha angafisa ukuthi ke akhulume ngakho.
Thank you, Brigadier. Now, let's go back a bit. On that entry 326 of 345, over 345, on the Filaria entry on the 5th of June 2020, which is made at where the incidentation of that entry is at 8:01. Do you see that?
That's correct, I do see
Yeah.
it, my lord.
Athi ngiyabona ke lapha la khona ke malana nodaba lapha eFilaria ke ngesikhathi saka 0801 client ka 326 over 345.
That would be the time at which accused number 1 is booked out from Filaria, not so.
But isikhathi ke ebasibhala ngesikhathi kanje umsolo oqala ephuma kusikhumulo samaphoyisa saseFilaria kusenjalo.
That is correct, my lord.
Athi yebo kunjalo.
Now that Alberton entry, in example, in exhibit KK, that 317 of 326, that entry is made at 12 o'clock, not so.
That is correct, my lord.
But le entry khona ke ngaphansi kusikhumulo samaphoyisa saseAlbertine ngaphansi kwe-entry ka 317 bese ithi over 326 bayibhala ngesikhathi saka 12 emini. Athi yebo kunjalo.
And that is when the suspect gets handed in at Alberton, not so.
But lesikhathi umsola bafika ngaso ke ngaphansi kwesikhumulo samaphoyisa saseAlbertine akusenjalo yini?
That is correct, my lord.
Athi yebo kuyiqiniso.
Thank you. Now, Brigadier, we could not have made any mathematical calculation, but from 8 to 12, it's almost 4 hours, not so.
But here asizenzile ke ibalo kepha ke uqhamuka kwehora la ka 8 ekuseni kuze fike kwehora la ka 12 emini ke usuka ke amahora ke awu4 akusenjalo yini?
That is correct, my lord.
Athi yebo kunjalo.
I'm not a scientist, but I had to make references to particular information that the distance between Pretoria and Alberton is only 71 kilometers. So,
Athina ke nake umuntu osebenza ngescience kepha ke umgama noma ibanga elikhona ke phakathi kwePretoria kuze fike ke Alberton city distance ke leyo ke athi u71 ama kilometers akusenjalo yini?
No, I don't know that, my lord. I don't know the exact distance.
Athi cha ngiyazi ke mina ke distance iqondile ukuthi oma kilometer awungaki.
no, I'm telling you, 71. I drove. In as much as you went and do the pointing out your own little inspection in loco at Foslores. I drove from Pretoria, Filaria police station. I drove up to Alberton. It's 71 kilometers.
Athi nanoma ke athi phakathi ngakubuza ke phakathi atshela ke futhi na akathi uyasho ukuthi nanoma wena kwenza inspection logo yakho ke lapho ke naye ke washayela ke imoto iqhamuka kwesikhumulo samaphoyisa saseFilaria kuze fike lapho eAlbertine athi lapho i-distance wayihamba ke u71 wama kilometers.
I hear what counsel is saying, my lord, but I don't have independent confirmation of such.
Thank you.
Athi ngakuzwa lokho umile akhulumayo.
Thank you, sir. Now, in your common sense, would a person really that leaves Filaria police station, that is 71 kilometers, to Alberton, that is 71 kilometers, really spend a period of about 4 hours on the road driving from Fileria to Alberton police station, a distance of about 71 kilometers.
athi-ke ngokujwayelekile futhi nangomcabango wakho ukuthi umuntu angashela ke amahora ke awu-4 ekusukeni noma ukushela phakathi kwefileria elayitoli kuze kufinceke kwisikhumulo samaphoyisa sase-albertine la shuthi khona-ke distance yakhona-ke u-71 kilometers uma ngabe asho njalo ummeli.
So, my lord, it's twofolded. The first part, yes. No. If you take into account the distance, if the accuracy of the kilometer reading is accurate, that distance that I'm being given, the answer will be no. But whether it is not possible for a person to take this distance, I can't say it is not possible, because the person that is traveling will be the one knowing what would have been the distraction from point A to point B. And it is Sergeant Mukhane who can indicate what transpired. What I know is that instruction was given to him, and I know that he had to get a backup for the escort. I do not know how long the escort arrived, what time did they leave Valeria to Albertine. So he is in a better position to give an explanation as to why it would have taken so long. But in terms of a straight route, I agree with counsel. But as to whether it is not possible, it is possible, because if you don't have, for example, the backup that you need at the time you want to depart, I don't think it will be logic to take a risk. But I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm simply saying there could have been circumstances that necessitated this number of hours. Sergeant Mukhane, I think, if he didn't deal with it, he is the person that can actually answer this question, my lord.
athi-ke lapho-ke umuntu ongaba selungelweni eliqondile okanye esiqondile sekuthi aphenduleke mayelana nodaba lombuzo-ke lokho ukuthi kungani kwathatha-ke amahora awu-4 ekuthize gcine befika-ke lapho-ke ngaphansi kwesikhumulo sase-albertine uma beqhamuka lapha efileria noma kwisikhumulo samaphoyisa sasefileria la khona-ke noma mhlawumbe idistance ekhona-ke lapho ku-71 kilometers. Athi nami esikhathini esiningi kuya ngokuthi kusube abantu bakhona bengaphansi kwezimo ezinjani-ke lapho-ke ngoba mhlawumbe yini abangaze bahlangabezana omgaqweni noma kusho ukuthi mhlawumbe i-backup beyikhona noma i-backup kade ingekho zokuthi ibalekelele lapho-ke. Athi umuntu ongakhona ukuthi eze-ke aphendule mayelana nodaba lolo-ke lapho-ke umnumzana uSergeant Mukhane, ngoba uyena kade ahambisa-ke umsolwa uqhamuka kwesikhumulo samaphoyisa sasefileria kuze kufinceke lapho kwesikhumulo samaphoyisa sase-albertine.
As it please the court, my lord, may I just request a second or two?
I don't understand. Mr. Miss, you want us to adjourn? I can adjourn for 30 minutes.
No, I think I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Brigadier. Accused person says from Filaria, when he was booked out at 1 minute past 8, he says, although he did not have a watch, but on his estimation of the time at which he was booked out, he can't dispute this time. He says, there was no time that was wasted, because from Filaria he was driven in a Qashqai. He was loaded in a Qashqai.
Athi-ke umsolo oqala-ke ngesikhathi ethi belapha isikhumulo samaphoyisa sasefilaria ngesikhathi ethi kade bemkhipha khona-ke semzuzu owodwa-ke ngemuva kwehora laka-8 kusasa-ke lapho-ke athina kabakaze bachitha isikhathi esiningi ngemuva kokuthi bekakhishiwe lapho-ke futhi kade beshayela-ke ngemoto abayibiza ukuthi iqashqayi.
My lord, I was not there. I don't know in what vehicle he was driven in. All I can confirm is that at 1 minute past 8, he was booked out by Sergeant Mokhane. And in my office, I do not have a Qashqai vehicle.
Athi lapho-ke nakanalo ulwazi futhi kade angekho-ke kepha isikhathi abakade bamkhipha ngaso-ke lapho esikhumulweni samaphoyisa sasefilaria umzuzu kungemuva komzuzu owodwa-ke bese ngemuva ukuthi bekushaye ihora-ke laka-8 kusasa-ke lapho-ke athi futhi ku-ofisi lakhe-ke naka kanayo imoto abayibiza ukuthi iqashqayi.
And then the police who were with him, those that I can remember, who booked him out there, it was Mokhane, the one that actually booked him out as per the documents that are before court here, as per the entry. It was Ngamane, and there was also a Bongani.
Athi-ke amaphoyisa akade amkhipha lapho-ke uSergeant Mokhane uNgamane futhi noBongani.
Yeah, but my lord, I don't know this Ngamane unless then I'm giving names, further details. But what I can refer to is that according to the entry 326 that I'm being referred to, the person who booked the accused number 1 is Sergeant Mokhane, and he signed, and that it's only one person, and I'm referring specifically to say booking out. There are no signatures for 3 police officers. It's only one person, and that person signed, and that's Sergeant Mokhane.
Mokhane is the lady?
It's the male.
I'm sorry, the male.
The male, yes, correct.
And he signed for the booking out?
And he signed, my lord.
Athi-ke mayelana nodaba olubhaliwe la ngaphakathi mhlawumbe ufakazi okhona-ke mayelana nodaba lencwadini ukuthi wasayinda-ke lapho-ke umuntu oyedwa-ke lapho-ke umnumzana koMokhane, futhi athi mayelana uma angathola-ke imininingwane egcwele mayelana nalo Ncamane ngoba yena athi akamazi-ke uNcamane ukuthi ubani-ke wakuphi.
Yeah, I think we've dealt with that aspect. Accused also did not ask them. In fact, they would not even allow him to ask them, Ngamane, what is actually your real name? Is that an AKA name, or is that your real name? As I said, they called him Ngamane, which is the reason why he also refers to him as Ngamane. There was no other name that was provided to him. Sorry. Now, Brigadier, accused is saying, you would recall that at some point after the pointing out, you took him home to go verify his address or for whatever reason. He says the same person, and you were there, according to him. He says the same person who was driving the motor vehicle that took him home, which is the same crash guy, is the person that was being referred to as Ngamane. If then, according to if then this person, you did not know him as Ngamane, he is saying, who is that person according to you?
Athi lapho ke ngemuva ukuthi kade akhombile lapho ke le ndawo akhomba kona ke umsolo wakhe bese uthatha ke isihlandlo sesibili ke la kade ukuziqiniseko sekhili lakhe khona ke athi kade beshara ke ngemoto babizwe iCashkai futhi lo mlisa uthizeni bakashara ke imoto leyo abiza ukuthi igama iCashkai noma igama layo kuCashkai kade eshara ke umnumzana loyo ke uNcamane futhi njengofakazi kade okhona ke lapho ke.
In other words, when you say it's Ngamane, he's talking about that person, and it is that same person who was driving the motor vehicle that transported him from Villeria to eventually to Albertine on the 5th for the pointing out.
Athi ke mayamagama ke lo muntu omisi bambiza ngoNcamane ke uyena ke dashala ke imoto qhamuka kwisikhumulo samaphoyisa saseFileria ngesikhathi ade bemkhipha khona kumsolo oqala manje umzuzu owodwa ke ngemuva kwehora la ka8 kusasa ke bese bamnikisa lapho ke ayalukuzana Albertine khona ke futhi athi wena ke la ngesikhathi bebaya ihlandlo lesibili ke ekwenzeni isiqiniseko sekhili lakhe nawe njengofakazi bowukhona lapho ke futhi ukhuluma ngalomuntu bekashayela leyo moto leyo bayibiza ukuthi iCashkai.
So, my lord, let me start with the first part. I did not book out accused number 1 to go and verify the address. He was booked out, not by me, and I'll refer to the person who booked him out.
Athena ke maqala ngeliphuzu lelo futhi nakakaze ke abhuke out umsolo oqala mhlawumbe abhale phansi ke ngesikhathi bakhipha umsolo oqala ekuthizeni ahambe ukwenza isiqiniseko sekhili lakhe.
No, Brigadier, do not
khona ngalana uthabuye alikhuluma.
Do not distort what I'm saying. I am saying to you that accused person says when he went home, when you took home, that is yourself and your team, you were also there. I never said that you booked him out. Who said that? Do not.
But if he goes
twist what I
home,
said.
sorry, Mr. Mnisi, please be fair to the witness.
I'm being fair, my lord.
No, let me tell you why you're not fair.
Yes.
If he travels with a witness to Natal who was incarcerated, he must book him out. It's common sense. You don't need to be Mandela.
But my lord, he can't say I said to him.
No, he's not saying that. Let the witness answer. It's because you stop him from talking. Let him answer whatever he wants. You can cross-examine him until Mandela is resurrected. No problem.
I'm only requesting, my lord, to the witness that he should not twist.
No, let him answer, and then you can tell him where he twists. Now you stop the witness not to stop to talk. Yes, sir. What do you want to say?
My lord, I understand, unless my understanding of English is incorrect. Advocate Mnisi says to me, I took accused number 1.
Yes, to Natal.
Taking someone is taking control. And the way that I know how you take control of an accused person, formally, you have to book the person out. Yeah. Otherwise, how do you take someone under your control? So my understanding, based on the assertion that has been given to me, is that I took control of him, and the formal way of taking control of an incarcerated person, you have to book him out. And that is why I started there, that I did not book accused number 1 to KZN. So that part, starting right from there, it's incorrect.
Athi ke lokuthi nake wakuthatha ke lapho ke azona ke iqiniso ngoba usho ukuthi mothatha ke umuntu ngokhetheke nohlamba kusemthethweni ngoze siphoyisa kumele ukuthi ubhale phansi konke khona kumkhipha uhamba naye ke khona njalo ke athina akakazi athathe umsolo oqala ahambe naye aye naye kwaZulu Natal.
Secondly, my lord, when the address of KZN was visited, I did not travel with accused number 1. I traveled on my own. He was specifically booked out by Sergeant Mukhane, and the occurrence book of Valeria, Advocate Mnisi can look there. He will see who booked him out, what time was it. I did not travel with those members because I was traveling in my car. Only in KZN, when we met the protection team, did I then move to his address, back to my car, back to Johannesburg. So to say now, I was there when he was taken, and I was there when this member driving Qashqai I was not there. I didn't travel with him at any stage, my lord.
athi ngeke ahambe nawe ngaphakathi kwemoto yodwa mhlawumbe ashayele ahamba nangaphakathi kwemoto yodwa ke kepha isikhathi yena athi ngesikhathi ethi nihamba nisiya lapho KwaZulu Natal bekashayela ke imoto yakhe ihambela yedwana wena bohamba ninike ithimba labaseshi becala ke lapho ke athi lana hlangana khona noma isikhathi nahlangana ngaso kuyisikhathi lesi athi nifika ngaso lapha KwaZulu Natal bese nihamba nisiya lapha ekini ethizini nenza isiqiniseko sekhili lakho athi ngemuva kwalokho ke bese nabuya futhi wena ngesikhathi benibuya ke lapho ke wena boshara nethimba lamaphoyisa noma ithimba labaseshi bezesiphoyisa futhi naye bekashara ke ngemoto yakhe yedwana akakaze nje ashayele nawo ngaphakathi kwemoto yodwa.
Yes, so Sergeant Mohane Malot, if it's being suggested now that he was traveling with someone by that name, I think then you'll be in a better position because like I said, that is a person we can account for in the books, and I do know there that when we went there, it was for the verification of address insofar as the drug dealing case that he was arrested for. You know, that was handled by Sergeant Mohola. And Sergeant Mohola on that day, as the IO of that matter, took the statement from one of the people who were in the house because that was the purpose. So not that he was traveling with me. That was the area that was being ventilated and that was done.
athi lapho ke uma ngaba ngaze kudingeka ukuthi umuntu abe khona ke azothi afakaze ke manje nodaba lolo ukuthi wona kade uhamba nobani noma kade ushaya nobani ngaphakathi kwemoto ke ngesikhathi kade nemuka neselapha ekini KwaZulu Natal ke lapho ke athi umuntu uSergeant Mohane ongazafika ukukhuluma nodaba lolo ke futhi athina kade behamba nawe ke futhi umphenyo icala umsesho icala kade khona lapho kade uSergeant Mokhula ngoba kade behamba nawe bekwesiqiniseko sakho mayana nekhili lakho la KwaZulu Natal ngembangela icala leli kade unaloko lokudayisa idakamizwa noma lokutholakala kophethe idakamizwa kuwena.
That's my response, my lord.
Yathina ke impendulo yakhe leyo my lord.
Thank you.
Sorry my lord. I choose number 1 has raised his hand.
Thank you, Brigadier. We're not there, we're here. These policemen, Mohane, Ngamane, and Bongani, amongst others, were accompanied by, he says, the normal traffic corps.
Athi ke umsola lamaphoyisa ke bona uNcamane uBongane noMokhane kade ephelekezwa ke abezesiphoyisa bezomgwaqo.
That is, the minute he was booked out at that time, that is 1 minute past 8 o'clock, they hit the road and they were accompanied by the normal traffic corps.
Athi ke ngemuva ukuthi bamkhiphe ke kuma holding cells alapha ke Ferry yena ke kade behamba ke noma kade ephelekezwa ke amaphoyisa ezomgwaqo futhi bashayela ngokuphazima kweso ke ngemuva ukuthi bamkhiphile kuma holding cells ase Ferry.
I'm listening, my lord.
Thank you,
Bongilalele.
Brigadier. Now, from Fileria, they drove to Foslo.
Athi ngesikhathi kade besuka ke Fileria bashayela baze bagcina befika ke Foslo Ras.
He says to me, that is that little place where you found him in the company of Mokhula. That little packing there at the police station, you know, at the premises of the police station. They again, this team took him there.
Athi ke kula khona kona wahlaka naye ke khona la kade kumisa khona ke imoto lapho ke kulesikhumulo samaphoyisa kule ndawo ahlangana kuyona kathi kula maphoyisa amnikisa khona ke lapho ke.
I'm listening, my lord.
Athi kulalele.
They assaulted him.
Athi bamshaya ke lapho.
They assaulted him in order to pressurize him to agree to the pointing out that would have been done a little later on that day.
athi ngalo kilanga lelo ke baqala bamshaya bese ekuthizeni ngemuva ukuthi bamshayeke bese ngagcina sekavuma ukuthi uzohamba nabo ke wakhomba la kade ewatshengisa khona noma kade la ewakhombisa khona.
My Lord, just for me to understand, is the session that is being assaulted in front of the police station? Because that's where I met him on the 30th. Is that now the inference that during the day, because he was booked out at 8:01, it's daylight, he's taken there in front of the police station, at the parking lot of the police station? Am I being told that he was assaulted there by Sergeant Mokhane and these traffic corps members? Before I answer, my Lord.
Athi ngaphambi kokuthi ke ngiphendule malana nodaba lenkulumo le yadumile eqhambisile kuukuthi yena ke bamkhipha ke ngemuva komzuzu owodwa ke emqeqesha ihora laka 8 kusasa ke kade khona ke lana bekhanya ke vele ngelanga lelo ke bese bamnikisa lapho lokuzana isikhumulisa amaphoyisa bese usho ukuthi wasala ngaphambi kwesisquare lapho kade phaka khona ke noma kalade khona kumisa khona ke imoto ke usho ngaphandle komasango esakhiwo sesiphoyisa la athi khona ke nawashaya usho ke Mokhane Ncamane futhi nobongana noma.
Let me take instruction in that Brigadier, accused is saying to me that, and I'll come and address the court in that regard, that yes, indeed, this is the same spot area where he got assaulted, but it is not like it's an open place. This place is a little bit obscured. He's trying to explain it to me. I can't fathom how that place looks like, except an inspection in loco. I don't think me and the court will be, and whoever that is interested in this case, will be in a position to know how that place looked like, because we don't want to create an impression that he was assaulted in an open field, like in an open field where everybody could see. He says it is an obscured place. It is on those bases, my Lord, that because I find it very hard to imagine how that place is. I'm going to request that this court should go and hold an inspection in loco of that place, because I want to counter that argument that says, how possible is it that it could have been assaulted in an open place? I want accused person to come and show this court, come and show me as his counsel for my argument later on that this is the spot that I was referring to. Without an inspection in loco, it will remain an imaginary place for me. Thank you.
Kade yasho mayana nodaba lolu imanoma mayana nodaba lwendawo la kade khona ke umsola oqala athena ke washaya khona ke ithimba lezi siphoyisa ke athi ke ummeli ngesikhathi kumtshela ngendalo noma umchazela ngendalo akaze ayizwisise kahlehle ngoba akanawo umfanekiso anawo la ngicabanga ukuthi mhlawumbe indawo ejangakala njengendawo enjani indlela yonke ngoba ke ngaphandle ukuthi inkantolo imvumele noma ngaphandle ukuthi inkantolo imvumele yebo ethizeni yena ke ummeli ukuthi inkantolo futhi nethimba labeshushise futhi nabameli nawo ke njengomsolo oqala besenehambele lapho ke uyositshengisa ke yona ke indawo le ukuthi ngabe indawo ejangakala kanjani kuba ngabe soyibukile indawo le kepha athina ke indawo leno kade kungasiyo indawo evulekile ukuthi nanoma kubani noma ubani angaze akubone ke ngesikhathi boshaka ethimba zesiphoyisa ongaphansi kwaleyo ndawo leyo ke.
So, but Brigadier, will hear the court's views in that regard. But the essence of his story is that same spot area where you found him when he was being prepared to go to see Mboto on the 30th, That's the same precinct.
athi indawo yona ke lo yona iyona ndawo kade ngesikhathi bombona ngelanga la nge30 ngaphambi uthi ahamba ohlanga nombotho ke iyona indawo ade kuyiyona indawo amshela kuyona ke.
So my lord, I'm going to answer this way because I'm really having a difficulty following this version that is constantly changing. I was under the impression, based on what was put to me yesterday, that accused number 1 was taken to a municipality building, contrary to me saying I met him on the parking lot of the police station. That was what I said, and I was told no, he was taken to the municipality building, and that is where he was assaulted, and at some stage when the plastic bag was removed from his face, he saw me there. So now I'm being told he's now taken to the police station, which is what I'm being said. So that's the first part I want to deal with, because then I find difficulty to reconcile the two versions that I was told.
Athi ke ufakazi ukuthola kunzima thanda ukuthi kube nzima ke kuthizeni aphendula manodaba lolonke ngoba uhla ukuthi uqala liqhamkile noma inkulumo ehla ukuthi uqala liqhamkile ukuthi nakwamthatha bamnikisa ke kwibhelidi la kamasipala ke lawa shakhona bese bamgaxa ngeplastic lakhe yena ke ebusweni ke ngesikhathi bekashaya khona njalo bese mabaqeda ukukhipha iplastic ke yena ke ebusweni ke kwathi ufakazi kulaba eqala kulaba thizeni baqala ukuhlangana naye khona ke lapho ke kepha manje inkulumo siyabuya futhi yashintsha ke khona njalo usho ukuthi ke bathi mala nenkulumo yamanje noma manodaba lokulumo iqhamukile esikhathini samanje ukuthi lapho ke yena ke kade behlanganele ngaphambi noma kwisikhulu kusakhiwo noma kwindawo ezesiphoyisa la kuma khona ke imoto.
Now, secondly, my lord, the place where I met him, and I even tried to explain to the court the sequence of how that structure looked like. I said it's a parking lot, which is part of the police station. It's in front of the police station, and I indicated that as you go down, and when we were dealing with this part, I said it's a shopping center.
Now, wait, don't be fast.
Athi mana iphuzu lesibili ke uma ekhuluma
interpret.
All right.
Athi mana nedaba lephuzu lesibili ke la athi yena kufakazi wahlangana khona ke nomsola khona ke ukuthi kula khona kuma khona ke imoto ngaphambi kwesakhiwo zesiphoyisa. Athi ke uma ngabe wehla ke ngomgwaqo lapho ke kunendawo ke lapho shopping complex noma shopping mall la khona ke izitolo zahlukene abantu abavama bathenge khona ke lapho ke.
And I've said next to that, my lord, that is where the municipal offices will be, and then next to that then is the Phosphorus Court that is now going down towards the police station. Then it's a Phosphorus Court.
Athi ke uma ngabe uqhamuka lapho kule ndawo bathenga kuyona ke shothi ku shopping complex noma imall eseduze nendawo leke lapho ke athi isikhumi yathi inkantolo elapho ke eduze kwakhona uma soqhamuka uhamba umgwaqo lo ke bese ngemuva kwenkantolo la khona qala khona ke imizi yase Phosphorus.
No, it's Phosphorus Court.
Yes.
Now, after Phosphorus Court, my lord, adjacent towards the right-hand side, that's where Phosphorus Police Station is. And in front of the police station, right at the beginning, there are parking. So I met him right there at the start of the parking. Now, in that space, my lord, there is no obstruction. There is no building. There is no tree. In fact, that place is paved. It's parking lot that is made for cars to park, even for civilians who are coming there or possibly even going to court. There is no obstruction. That is where I met him, and that is a place I refer to. And now, if the assertion is that he was taken there on the 5th of June, prior 2020, prior to making the pointing out, and assaulted, it will be difficult for me to understand, my lord, because that parking where I met him, the entrance even of the civilian walking on foot and cars uses that entrance. It's during the day. How do police officers go and assault someone else in that place? Because that's where I met him, and he's now saying we met at the police station, he was taken there and he was assaulted by these members, contrary to what I was told yesterday about the municipality.
Cha lapho khona ke isilungiso engathana ukuthi ngibuye ngisenzeke khona njalo ke athi uma uqhamuka lapho kule shopping complex akhona ke futhi lapho eduze nakhona kunenkantolo bese ngale kwenkantolo khona ke lapho ke isikhumulo samaphoyisa esikhona ke lapho ke athi uma ngabe ulapho ke uma ubuka khona ke njalo ke indawo nje leke evulekile futhi yakhiwe ngesakhiwo esikahleke lapho ke athi lapho isikhulu isihlahla trees athi akukho ihlahla indawo nje evulekile uma ngabe umuntu oyedwa ngaza aye khona ke ayibuka kahle indawo yakhona ke athi lokho kungenza kanjani ukuthi ke umuntu bamshaye ngaphambi kwendawo nje evulekile ngoba athi kula khona ke abantu abava ukuthi bayenkantolo bamise khona ke imoto zabo ke lapho ke ngaphambi kwesikhumulo salapho ke police station futhi nabantu abava ukuthi baye lapho police station bamisa khona ke imoto zabo lapho ke noma bayihambela ngeenyawo nje kuphela indawo inoma ihlangothi abantu basebenzise uma ngabe beyakhona ke lapho ke ngaphakathi lesikhumulo samaphoyisa ke lapho ke athi lokho yena akakutholi kahle ukuthi kungeke kuqhamuke kanjani ethizeni wathi umsolo wakhe lapho ke eshaywa ngaphambi kwendawo evulekile futhi athi uma olaphayana ke duze ne-police station noma duze nenkantolo athi alikho ke ibhilidi elikhulu lapho ke elikhona ke ngoba le ndawo lena ke yindawo nje evulekile nje futhi lapho ke athi akela ukuthi umuntu bangaze bamshaya beshaye ke imini elangahlabile ke lapho ke futhi khona abantu athi beqa bedlula ke lapho ngoba thina isikhathi lesoqala bekahlangana naye ngesikhathi lesi imoto kade akuyona ke ime lapho ke le parking yakhona ke ngaphambi kwesikhumulo samaphoyisa.
So in essence, my lord, I'm saying I hear what the advocacy minister is saying, but I'm having difficulty with these inconsistencies. However, I was not there, and like I said, Sergeant Mokhane and the members who escorted him, I think, can deal with it better.
Athi futhi kokugcina ke lapho ke nakade angekho ke ngesikhathi kade kusenzeka lokho ke kepha kuSergeant Mokhane futhi namanye kamathimba ezesiphoyisa noma ithimba labasisho ezesiphoyisa ke yibona ke bangaze bafike bakhulume ke ngalo ke udaba lolo ke.
Brigadier, let me just correct one misconception, a terrible impression that you're painting in the mind of the court, that this is a contradiction. When I spoke about this place, I spoke about it as a place known as a gold spot. I never said it's a municipal building. I said it's a gold spot where there's a police station, municipal offices, a place where small dustbins are kept. There are traffic cop offices. There's also a court, and then there's also a tiny home affairs office. I never spoke about the municipality building. In other words, it's just a complex. It's a complex. So there was no truth that was distorted there.
As a court, please, my lord. That's how I understood it as well as the witness says. I think the best thing would be to play back the tape. My understanding was that the accused was taken to this spot called the Golden Spot.
What is the Golden Spot? What is it? No, Mr. Minister, you must take instructions if necessary. What is the Golden Spot?
That is the name of that complex, man.
Oh, yeah, fine. So it's a Golden Spot. They call it the Golden Spot Complex. Golden Spot.
My lord is confirming. This was not a secret.
Okay,
that's why I had to talk to him very loud so that the court can hear.
So it's a golden spot.
He says it's a gold spot. Basically, it's a gold spot complex.
Gold spot complex.
Yes.
And what does it comprise of, this gold spot complex?
The thing that I've referred to.
What does it comprise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
My Lord, I think the best thing is just to go and have an inspection in local of that place.
Okay, fine.
Because Mr. Sibia is saying he wants to draw me and indicate what is it that is there. He's not an architect. I think the best thing is just to go there and have an inspection in local.
So he can't describe the area. He can describe
No, he can't.
when he sees it.
He's
Okay,
saying
wait. No, it's easy. They didn't fly there. They drove there. Gininda, you want to tell me you can't describe where we had you have driven your car there.
Yes, my lord.
And you enter. There must be a gate. There must be a road. There must be buildings. You want to tell me an adult like you and him can't describe that there's a road, it's a tarred road, or it has got potholes because our township roads are like that. And this road next to it, it's 4-roomed houses or RDP houses, and you go, and then there is a shopping complex, and this shopping complex comprises of 3 complexes. Here it's a butchery, it's a gold store, it's a grocery shop. Please, we live in the location. You can describe that. You can't describe that.
I can, my lord.
And then you told me there's a taxi rank there. So you can't describe that.
I can, my lord.
No, wait. He must describe it because he says he can.
No,
if you want us to go there, we'll go there.
No, but my lord, another point is, it is not only him that must describe the place.
Yeah, but you said he's
also
not an
the accused.
architect.
But then accused is saying he wants to draw it, but still.
No, fine. He must explain it first before he can draw it. Must tell me there's a toilet there.
And then I think he
and
must
then these toilets are facing the west. And then there's a parking lot here. And
Yes.
this parking lot has got mezzanine tiles, or it's cemented. And then the court is there, and then the window of the magistrate is facing whatever, something like that.
No, thank you. But then I'm going to request that then he gets into the box just for this
No. I want Mr. Brigadier Gininda to describe what he says he met the accused. He says he met him there, not on the 30th. Eh?
Yes.
Not on the day you went to Natal.
No. It was on the 30th, the first time
On the
when I met him.
30th. Yeah, you must describe for me where you met him. What is there?
Yes.
Mr. Baloyi.
I just wanted to assist because I think we're at cross purposes. Brigadier Gininda is talking about the place at the police station, in front of the police station where he made the accused. But he says the proposition that was made to him is that he didn't meet the accused there in front of the police station, but at a different place here at the Golden Spot.
Right.
And this is also according to my note that they say they took the N3 and they took the off-ramp to the township of Foslores.
Right.
They drove to some municipality, to a place called Gold Spot. It houses the police station, municipality, Department of Home Affairs, and Traffic Department. Then the next part is important. They went to a parking next to a police station. He was ordered to disembark from the vehicle. So it's at a place next to a police station. That's the point that Brigadier Gininda is trying to make. He can describe where he met him, but that's not the proposition that was put to him yesterday. And he's at pains to say the proposition that was put to him is at variance with the proposition that is being put to him now.
Mr. Baloyi and Mr. Nisi, what do you say? Mr. Baloyi says the propositions are now different.
My lord, exactly.
What that?
What Mr. Baloyi is, what Advocate Baloyi is saying.
This is what you put to.
That is what I said.
Oh, it's exactly that.
It is exactly
Okay,
that.
fine.
But then Brigadier Gininda says it's a contradiction because I said to him, accused was taken to a municipal area.
We'll come to Gininda. But you are saying what Mr. Baloyi reads from the record is what you put to Gininda.
Yes.
Okay. It's on page what in the records, ma'am, sir?
No, this it's just my own note.
Oh, it's your own note. Okay, fine. So you, Mr. Nisi, you are saying Gininda is adding other things.
He is saying what is being put to him now.
Yeah.
It's a contradiction because I told him of a municipality area. That is the reason why I then said to him, Prikati, let us correct the misconception here. I never said accused was taken. You met him at a municipality area. I said you met him at an area called Gold Spot.
Yeah, okay,
that
fine.
houses this and this and this.
Fine,
and
there
this
are two versions.
Yes.
Accused number one's version is that Geninda met him where?
At the place that is described by Advocate Baloyi.
Which is what?
Which is a place next to it's somewhere around the police station parking lot around
somewhere
there.
Around police station parking lot.
Yes.
Okay. Is that where Geninda?
And I don't know how does that look like, my lord.
Yeah, even I don't know.
Yes.
Right? Is that your client's version? Eh?
Yes. Yes, my lord.
And Geninda's version. What is your version? Where did you meet accused?
Yes. Thank you, my lord.
Your version.
My lord, I met him on the parking lot of Phosphorus police station.
Parking lot.
Right in front of the beginning of the Phosphorus police station.
Phosphorus police station.
Yes, and the police station, my lord, is not part of any center.
It's a self-standing building.
It's a self-standing building. The closest building to it is the court, which is adjacent. That's why I said if the police station is standing here, counsels or lawyers who've been to Phosphorus court, they will know exactly what I'm saying. Police station is down there. They are parking. As you go up, the closest building that you find is Phosphorus Magistrate Court. It's not part of any center. And that is where I met him. Now, going back to my understanding, sorry
okay.
bakhuluma lo daba lolo ukuthi nahlangana kuphi-ke nendawo oqala ngesikhathi bengihlangana-ke nomnumzana okuwufakazi obhekade yagininda lapho-ke athi ngesikhathi bekaqala ukuhlangana nomsola wokuqala ngelanga lange-5 ne u-31st
no 30
ngelanga lange-30 zakajuni zakameyi athena-ke lapho nahlangana ngaphambi kwesakhiwo sezesiphoyisa salapho-ke Phosphorus athi lapho-ke nahlangana ku-parking lot yakhona-ke la kuma khona-ke imoto-ke athi ibhilide eliseduze-ke ne-police station salapho-ke Phosphorus-ke athi inkantolo kamantshi omncane-ke lapho-ke noma i-magistrate court iyona eseduze-ke lapho-ke futhi athi abameli esele baye-ke lapho-ke bothi bazwisise ukuthi ngikhuluma ngani-ke lapho-ke athi phakathi kwalamabhilidi amabili kula kuvame ukuthi kume khona-ke imoto zabantu-ke ekuvame ukuthi noma abantu abavame ukuthi bahambe baye enkantolo noma e-police station ke lapho-ke kepha wathi umeli ke lapho mala nodaba lolo-ke thina-ke asikaze saba lapho-ke futhi asazi ukuthi umsolo oqala ukukhuluma ngani-ke kungakho bacela inkosi yenkantolo ukuthi imvumele ukuthi yena-ke bona-ke futhi inkosi yenkantolo ihambe iyobona-ke le ndawo ukuthi abe mhlawumbe yindawo esingayichaza sithi indawo ejankala njengendawo enjani-ke uma ngabe siyikhuluma noma sikhona ukuthi sidobe isithombe sayo la emcabangweni ethu uma ngabe sesibonile ukuthi indawo ngabe yindawo enjani-ke ngoba umsolo oqala bekafisa ukuthi ahlale phansi kadobeleke ummeli ukuthi yindawo lena nezakhiwo ezihamba ngale ndlela lena-ke bezothi ummeli cha wona-ke awuyena-ke umdwebi wezindlu-ke ngeke khone ekuthizeni-ke usize noma usilekelele ekuthizeni indawo ejakala njengendawo enjani-ke leyo.
Sorry, Mr. There's an application by Mr. Mnisi that we should have an inspection and look. Is it necessary? Because the courts, I don't even have to read the law. I've done it in the past. The court is obliged to conduct an inspection and look if the court itself does not correlate with the information which is presented to it. But if the court can make sense of that information, it may not be necessary. Yes. Are you saying we should have an inspection in loco?
Well,
that evidence must be critical and vital.
Yes, yeah. Mara, speaking for the state, I don't think it's necessary to have an inspection in loco for two reasons. Firstly, the defense for accused number one and Brigadier Ginina talk about two different places. Oh. But secondly, I think if it's necessary, video recording of the place or photos of the place can be taken and presented here in court. It's unnecessary to drive all the way just to go and view the place.
Let's hear your colleagues, Mr. Ramsepi and Mr. Numalo. What's your view? Because you guys say you are charged in the furtherance of a common purpose, you must also have a view, or you must be afforded an opportunity
My Lord,
if you want to address the court.
I'd like to believe, my Lord, that if like the court correctly says, if it correlates and understand what is talked about, there may be no need for an inspection in loco. But here the issue is different, my Lord. I do not believe that Advocate Munisi and Constable Gininda are speaking at disparity. They are talking maybe different language, but they're talking about the same place, my Lord. What I understood from the evidence from yesterday, Advocate Munisi said, accused number 1 was taken at this particular place. It's called Gold Spot, and it has the following other official businesses, which is Home Affairs, Police Station, Court, and Municipality Building. But the gist of it is that they met outside the precinct of the police station. Even the line of cross-examination says they met outside the precinct of the police station. Okay. So the need for an inspection in loco, Mr. Munisi will motivate it and I'll support it. But the point is this, my Lord, we also have modern tools. We've got modern tools that can bring the technology to court and view the particular area here in court.
All right, let's hear your colleague.
I'm in support of my colleague's submission, Mr. Ramsepel, because I think the issue here it's a spot where Brigadier Gininda met the accused vis-a-vis what the accused is saying. So I think that's where this whole issue is about.
Yeah, but you guys are leaving out the most critical thing. The evidence of Brigadier Gininda is this, that it is impossible for me to have met accused number 1 where he says I met him and where he says he was assaulted, because in the periphery of that very spot where I met him, there are shops, there's traffic, there are taxis. How could this police assault the accused number 1 in the open side of what is happening there? There's traffic, there's transport, there are taxis, there are people coming into court on feet. Am I correct, or I heard something else?
No, insofar as, my Lord, the shops, actually Advocate Munisi even went to a point of saying that during this time it was COVID lockdown.
Yeah, because
I was describing this municipal building that is next to the center to say the place he was referring me to, and that's why I was of the view, my Lord, that is a different spot, because you can't misplace the police station with the municipal offices. The municipal offices and the offices of the traffic corps, because in that building that I was referred to, are independent from the South African Police Service police station. So I understood that the version of Advocate Munisi of accused number 1 is that we were here next to this municipal building, which is next to the center, and that is why I made reference to say there are shops there are taxis, there's a see-through fence. I would not have given that description if the understanding was very clear that we met at the police station, because you can't mistake, my Lord, the police station, Phosphorus police station, with the municipality building. Those are two different structures. Municipal building and the traffic officers building, offices, are not the same as the police station. There's no misunderstanding. So I understood that we met at this municipality structure, and that's where the assault took place, contrary to where I said I met him. That was my understanding.
Yes, may I respond, my Lord?
Hello? Yeah.
Thank you, my Lord. I think the court came out with a very critical point, which my 2 colleagues here have missed out. Because accused says the place where he got assaulted, it is not an open place. It's not like the police took him and stopped at an open place where everybody else would come or can come or would see what is happening when they are passing by. I don't think the police are so stupid, my Lord, to actually have done that. So Oh, sorry.
Apologies, my lord. I did not even interpret for the accused persons.
Okay, thank you.
Ukhona ke inkulumo leqhamukile ukuthi ke ummeli kade acela ke ummeli kaMsolo oqala ke futhi umsolo wesithathu ukuthi inkosi enkantolo imvumele ngokukhethekile futhi nangokulungile futhi nangokusemthethweni ke ekuthizeni ke thina ke sihambe futhi nenkosi enkantolo nethimba beshushise futhi nabameli benu ke sihambe siyobheka kahle kahle indawo yakhona ke le athi umsolo oqala wahlangana khona ke nomnumzana okufakaza ubhekade yagcinela ngesikhathi ukuthi kubaqeda kumshaya noma ngaphambi ukuthi yona kashaya noma ngemuva ukuthi bakashayiwe lapho ngamaphoyisa la kume khona ke ngendawo ukuthi wahlangana khona ke kwindawo yena ke angazi ukuthi kade kwindawo engenjani kuba ngabe angazi ayichazeke ngokukhethekile ke bese inkosi enkantolo yabuza ke kumshushisi ukuthi ngabe kusemqoqwa yini lokho ekuthizeni avume mana nesicelo sakamelweni eqhamuke naso ke athi ke nake yebo akabona ukuthi kubalekile lokho ekuthizeni ke sihambe sobheka ke indawo leko kepha ke uma ngabe inkosi enkantolo ngavumela ekuthizeni baletheke izithombe mhlawumbe bathule ke ivideo encane isikhangiso sevideo lapho ke bese wasathela ngaphambi konke enkantolo bese basidlaleke lana ke bese asitshengisa ukuthi yena kahle kahle ngesikhathi bahlangana ke nofakazi wahlangana kuphi nofakazi noma washaka kuphi amaphoyisa la thena ke amshaya ke khona ke lapho ke futhi washo khona ukuthi lapho ke bese wabuza ke abanye abameli ukuthi bona ke bayibona kanjani ke indaba le bese wathi abanye abameli nabo bahambisana futhi inkulumo kaMnumzana uMnisi ke lapho ke kepha wabuya futhi wakhuluma khona njalo inkosi enkantolo yasho ukuthi mangabe lokho kunesidingo sako kumele ukuthi lapho ke mhlawumbe inkulumo yakhona ke ihambisane futhi ibe nesihlahla esikhethekile uma beyikhuluma ke inkulumo yakhona ke lapho ke bese yabuya ubuza kumnumzana okhona njengofakazi la ngaphambi kunkosi enkantolo ukuthi zina asitshele mana nendawo le ukuthi ngabe mhlawumbe indawo ejangakala noma indawo enjani ke leyo ke bese wayikhuluma ukuthi lapho ke amabhilidi la amabili ke le office la kamasipala ke ibhilidi lapho ke elimele futhi engekho seduze nelukuzana nesikhumulo samaphoyisa futhi nebhilidi lamaphoyisa ke lapho ke nalo ibhilidi lapho ke elimele futhi engasondelene nebhilidi la kamasipala ke futhi washo njalo khona ke ukuthi lapho ke khona ke parking lot ekhona ke ngaphandle kulabona abahlangana khona kulo parking lot yakhona ke lapho ngaphandle futhi asho ukuthi lapho ke khona ke ucingo olukhona ke futhi lo cingo lo yakhona ubone ngale kwalo mhlawumbe ifence yakhona ke lo fence leyo ke uyakhona ukuthi ubone ngale kwayo futhi lokho yena ke amangaza ukuthi lapho ke bangamshaya kanjani ke umuntu ngoba kade kusemini ke ngesikhathi bahlangana ke futhi futhi le ndawo lena ke indawo esetshenziswa ke abantu abaningi ke lapho ke indawo yakhona.
Thank you, madam. Brigadier Kininda would try the best that he can to describe that place, to give a picture that will indicate that any person who would have passed there would have seen what was happening. Accused person, on the other hand, is saying it is not an open place. It is a secluded place. It's not like everybody that passes there would have seen what was happening. So it's difficult, my lord, to reconcile these two divergent views, except physical inspection. And physical inspection is difficult to understand as to exactly how that place looked like. You can bring all the technological gadgets that Mr. Ramusipili is talking about, but without physical inspection, and it is not even necessary that accused number 2, 3, 4, and 5 should go there, because this has got nothing to do with
that's not the law. Once I do that, they'll say this judge is mad.
As it pleases the court, my lord.
All the accused must be before the court. And if the court decides to sit on a tree, the accused themselves must also sit on that tree.
Yes, thank you, my lord. So
is that not so, sir? Mr. Mumal? Otherwise, the court is not properly constituted. And that's an irreconcilable, irremediable irregularity which vitiates the proceedings.
My lord, I therefore, we can play the record so many times, but playing the record at the same time will not really obviate the howness of that place looks like. Fine. Because at the end of it all, my lord, it will be my duty on behalf of this accused person to make certain admissions before this court, my lord. So I cannot make those submissions from nowhere. They need to be based on a particular thing, my lord. And I cannot imagine how that place looks like now. I would therefore beg the court, in the interest of administration of justice and in interest of in the interest of fairness, just trial on behalf of this accused person, my lord, that the court exercises its discretion to go and view that area. Otherwise, I'll go there myself, but being there alone, that would not be a court. What I would have observed there alone, that it means I would have to go in there and take the stand and tell the court how that really looks
fine.
like. That will be valueless, my lord.
How many of us have attended an inspection in Loco? Mr. Balui?
I once did, my lord.
I also have.
The doctor? Hello?
I have not attended.
Also, you imagine the evidence. Okay, fine.
I've never.
Hello?
I've never attended one.
Mr.
I've attended. I've attended.
How long will it take us to travel to...
To First Lawrence, that place? I think we've got members here that are from First Lawrence who can assist.
No, yeah, because there are people who are being housed here. Is that not so?
Correct me.
If they were all housed at Mother B, you know?
Yes.
How many are housed at Mother B?
It's one, it's accused number one.
So everybody's housed there?
Yes, they're mostly here in Jose Mampuru, I think maybe in Liokop, Johannesburg. So in Morabi, it's only accused number one.
So it will take us the whole day to travel. I heard you guys trying to travel imaginary distances. You don't even make provision that there could have been an accident. Or a plane could have landed on the highway. Have you thought about that one?
Yes, my lord. That is why I said circumstances may have prevailed, and Sergeant Mukhani is the one that can best.
So how do let's have?
But that is irrelevant, Why do you factor in what Mukhali could have done?
Let's have.
Please, just be ethical. Now, you'll be crying that people do not respect you when you yourself don't respect yourself. What is the relevance of Mukhani's evidence in terms of what this court has just said now?
Okay. Let's be organized.
Just be ethical.
Let's have that inspection in Loco. What time do we have it?
I think the first thing, proper security arrangements.
Yeah, that's the thing. Another thing, yeah.
So once that is in place, then we can arrange that. I think perhaps we might need a day or two just to make those proper security arrangements. Hopefully the place still looks the same as it was then, because then
the possibilities
there will be no point if
people might have vandalized it. We vandalized buildings in South Africa. Maybe it's no longer there. Even the police station, maybe it's no longer there. They've banned it.
But
the municipality offices also may be banned because they want to ban the evidence of stealing.
Yes, but the suggestion of video recording, to me, that is the best option.
Mr. Mnisi says it won't show anything. The video. So somebody takes a video camera.
My lord, I think whilst we're making that arrangement, because that is just but a particular point in my cross-examination, I think in the meantime, I can proceed with my cross-examination, but having in mind that at some point we'd have to go and view that place.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your time there, Mr.?
It's 3:10.
Okay, let's adjourn until tomorrow then. So, but you will continue the cross-examination.
As it is the court.
My lord, if I may say, my lord,
yes,
and I'm saying this with greatest respect to Advocate Mnisi, I'm really taking exception for his, because I'm struggling even to find the right way, because I really regard his utterances, the last ones that he made towards me, in terms of ethics, as disrespectful, and is not maintaining the decorum of this court, my lord, because I was asked to comment by the court. It's not me who just came in while he was talking, and I don't understand how could it be unethical of me to respond to the court, because the court invited me to say something and I've said it. So his really acerbic statements, as Advocate Baloyi have said, are really not sitting well with me, my lord, and I really want to plead with him that please, I don't take kind to what he's saying. I think it's uncalled for. I really think it's unnecessary. Can he really try to contain himself? And
may I respond, my lord? May I respond?
This is the thing, my lord. I'm not even done. You see,
yes, because he'll never be finished, Kininda. May I respond, my lord?
He says it's not yet finished. He says so, not me. Yeah, you're saying?
This is the point, my lord. These are the things that I'm saying, that I understand that we are here simply to assist the court to come to a finding. There is nothing personal from me towards Advocate Mnisi. I simply request the same treatment from him. And I do not think it's respectful and also maintaining the decorum of this court that when the court is talking to me, he then jumps in and wants to criticize me for answering what the court is asking me, my lord, or asking me to comment. That's all I need to say, my lord.
Yeah, fine. Let's hear you.
My lord, the court is busy talking about arrangements for the inspection in loco. Then the court, amongst others, says, have we ever heard about a train that has fallen onto a freeway or a plane that has fallen into on a freeway? That is outside the context of the testimony that we've been busy with. Then there comes Kininda. He says, just like what could have happened to Mohale when he took accused from Fileria to phosphorus. What was the relevance of that, my lord? What was really the relevance of it? Because the court was not there. The court is just making a very wide example, which is why I said to Brigadier Kininda, can you please be ethical? We don't talk about, this is not the stage at which we're talking about the merits of the, why do we have to factor in that point? What is it that is trying to plant into the mind of the court? And I said to him, next thing he'll be crying about him not being respected when he himself does not respect himself. And I said to him, that is unethical, and it is indeed unethical. Thank you.
When are you guys going to start respecting each other? You know, this trial is watched by the whole of South Africa, I'm told. And they can see how us blacks, and when I mention blacks, people will say, hey. I mean, it's us doing all this. So when are we going to respect each other? Because we all are supposed to be officers of the law. And we all are charged with this case to do our best of the roles which this case forces us to undertake. You as the investigator, he as the prosecutor, me as the judge, and the defense advocates here. And then they accuse themselves, and even the audience listening, as to how do blacks conduct courts. Because it's about blacks. We told you, these guys can't run this country. Look what they're doing. And I read what these guys, I read the other day, and people thought, I'm wasting time to say how we must behave. And I'm not going to read it today. I'll read it again tomorrow morning. How we should respect each other, treat each other with respect. That's it. Any comments, Mr. Balui, about the conduct of us, all of us here?
Yeah, well, I think talking over somebody else, it's just simply unacceptable, my lord. I think if someone says something that one doesn't agree with, one can always, at the later stage, when that person has finished talking, to then take up that point, but not to directly confront that person and talk over him. I think that is not acceptable, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Doctor, you're also sitting here. Let's hear your view.
I share the same sentiments that we gave, completely out of line to confront colleagues in open court.
I've heard you, Mr. Mnisi. You, Mr. Ramsepedi?
My Lord, the principle is clear. The quorum must be maintained at all times by all officers of this court, my Lord. As the court says.
Right, Mr. Umalo.
Yes, the decorum must be respected and maintained at all material times. But I think at some point, cases might not go with emotions.
Okay, let's read this, all of us. It's on section 166, chapter 2, conduct of proceedings. Requirements. It's on page 22-53. It's Himstra. We all have read it, I'm sure. It says, requirements, courtesy. The questioner may never go outside the bounds of decency. Where the limit is, and you may differ from one witness to the next, but courtesy is always expected from an officer of the court, like we claim to be. Furthermore, courtesy costs nothing, and practitioners owe it to the court and every witness. The dignity of the witness may never be ridiculed. The court warns against the tendency of cross-examining to sneak in personal opinions on the witness's credibility, including crude variations such as, "Now you are lying," not only is behaving in an insulting manner towards the witness an abuse of the right of cross-examination, it is also a contemptuous assumption of the court's function as the sole arbiter of credibility. Cross-examination should tell the witness, the cross-examiner should tell the witness that he or she will argue at the end of the case what the witness's answer should be and that it should be rejected, etc., etc. Everyone is entitled to be addressed decently by his or her surname and title in court. The use of addresses such as witness or accused have on several occasions been disapproved of their meaning. It is simply not acceptable to address an adult by his or her first name. The court in Tswai pointed out that especially the humble amongst us should be treated with respect and understanding, with respect and correct and timely admonition. That's what he's saying. There are other things they say. But we are deficient in that. Okay. So let's hope to behave ourselves. I mean, me, I'm being told, why ungabuzi lona? Why ungabuzi lona? I mean, you never address a judicial officer like that. If a judge makes a comment, you shut up. That's how we were taught. You keep quiet. If a judge has offended you, you ask to see the judge in chambers. You complain, fine. But this thing of arguing with the judge in open court like this, people see that you don't care for the judge, you don't even respect that judge. The same thing happens with witnesses. You may differ with a witness when he gives evidence, but respect his opinion. Now we're fighting every day here in this court. We're fighting about decorum. Okay, let's come tomorrow then.
Yes,